Evening all, and welcome back to Factory Town. So we have successfully built all the rail systems and got bits and pieces going. I have once again reloaded the game, which means that has stopped working. There's apparently that one there. There we go. Right. Yep, they're the only things you need to keep an eye on, really. I did talk about extending this down to the pastures here and changing it so the rail would come along and just generally do things better. I do want to do that, but not right now, I don't think. I think I'm happy with how things are working at the moment. I mean, the animal feed is a bit low, but we've got plenty of things in the barns anyway, so I think we're okay. We could do with getting a bit more wool and cotton going in. It could be helpful, because obviously this workshop here is running just purely on wool, and we need wool over here. So we could switch out to just using cotton instead. Use 2 cotton, which would work, because there's no reason why we couldn't put another farm up here doing things. Now, I did say I was going to put all the workshops in here and have them transport around. I'm kind of thinking of changing my mind on that. I'm actually kind of thinking of putting the workshops over here somewhere. I'm not sure where yet. I mean, I know I've got the workshops here for doing things, but I am kind of thinking that if I put the farms up here instead for producing other bits and pieces, I could then put a workshop down here for making the cloth. Although that would have to be a workshop that's kind of first, because this does require cloth up here as well. So it becomes a little complicated to do, because obviously we need cloth here and we need cloth there. So cloth needs to be on here, but I'm really not sure. I was tempted between episodes looking at things to move them down to here and move our coal elsewhere and try and fit. But then I thought, well, that means you're going to pick up wool from here, travel all the way around the loop to drop it off, then pick up cloth, travel all the way around the loop to drop it off. Not really going to work. The thing that would work, oddly enough, is if I change this farm system. So this is just flour, and then we put more farms down here for having the animal feed. That would work. But then I'm mixing a lot of things up, and yeah. So instead, what I'm going to do is we are going to work on getting more minecarts, because more minecarts means the process just runs faster. Everything works better. Everything goes faster. Our cloth to mine is quite high, so I do need to sort that out. I think we will put in some farms over here. But I think we need to build more minecarts. We need to get some wheels, don't we? That was the issue. We're out of wheels. We need iron and wheels. We've got plenty of iron. Iron's not an issue at all. But we do need wheels. So let's mix up things here a little bit, because I don't want to change this around. I do want to adjust this and sort of rip it out and make it different. I want a coal mine, I want an iron mine, and I want a stone mine here. And then they're going to produce their goods and send them off as and when is needed. I'm not really sure where or when. But yeah, so let's have a look at how to do that. So we don't need a forester. One over there. No, we don't need lumbermill. We have one over there. So let's first and foremost, let's turn off all of these, shall we? Let's turn them off and get them to use up some of their resources. So they can burn through things. It's very slow using their resources. That's fine. But this needs to be changed up as well, because this was producing mana stones. I think they are. Are they mana stones? And now obviously this building produces them instead. Mana brick, sorry. So one of the updates has changed some things around, and we need to move some stuff about. So Let's let the filter down a little bit. Let's get this going here. You currently aren't making anything. All you can make is health potions or stamina spell books, which can be sold. Requires air power and enchanted books. You're not really of any use to anyone at all at the moment. Let's grab our little wagon here. And let's move things around. We've got a couple of things sort of on the go at once here, so 3, 4, okay. Drop in that into there and empty that out there. I also did want to change up this here, the kitchen, for doing things. So something's gone wrong here. Oh, wrong button. Right, there we go. Right. Yeah, we've got an issue here with you. So we want to turn off cooked fish for you, and you're just going to be purely sandwiches. And you need bread, and bread you're not getting because you need flour. Flour you're not getting because we have not enough minecarts grabbing things. So right. We just need to move some things around and change some things up, I believe. How do I really want to do this? I put another kitchen on the end. That would work. Let's do that. Let's unpause this so we actually want resources to get used. Let's put another kitchen on the end there. And you can be cooking fish. I could just drop the fish directly in there. There's no reason why not. Yeah, and I was going to change up some things here as well, wasn't I? Now I think about it. Yeah, we're going to change up our food system to try and get more food going into the system. So, right. We will do that. And we'll put a pusher there. And I'm going to flatten down the terrain. Like so. And that there. There we go. And then you can come out and grab the nearest fish, which are these ones here, and drop it in there. And that will do its job. Okay, right. And we want to change up his system here slightly. So what I want to do is I'm going to remove everything all the way down. And we are going to put in a block. Like that. So they're only going to be feeding the kitchen. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab some barns and go that one, and that one. And I would like to try and figure this out to say how am I going to do this? Let's see here. Let's remove that down. Let's remove that one there. I can't because that's got a grab on it. Right. Okay, okay, it has to be done on the next pillar, I suppose. Build. Oh no, not wood notch. We want to build a wooden pillar. Like so. Right. So if I remove that one, and I remove that one, and I remove, basically take it all the way out to the ground, all the way down to the ground. That's what we want to do. Right. And I want to put in a conveyor belt that way, a conveyor belt that way. No, I don't. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold your horses. I've forgotten how this goes. I've forgotten how. So we want to go up 2 and then put in a conveyor belt, and that will go onto the right load there. And then we want to go up 1 more and put in a conveyor belt there. We don't want to do that yet because I want to put in a pusher that way. That way. And what that should do, if that's working in my brain, which I don't think it is right now, I think I need to pull these lines out and re-put them in one by one. Because otherwise I'm going to get something wrong somewhere. There is edge scrolling. I don't remember that. Yeah, what I'm trying to do there is basically say, if there's space that way, then do it. Otherwise, put it into the barn. So it will always push to the end first, and then if the line backs up, it will put it into the barn instead. I think that is correct, but I'm not 100% sure it's on the correct level, because it's very difficult to see in between. It's nice having these conveyors all very close together. A good use of space, but it's just difficult to see. And right, and then this one is the lowest one. So we do want to remove that all the way to the bottom. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. And then we want to grab a pusher and say that way. And then we want to do one of those, another one, and put one of those. Okie dokie. And then you're the same. You go that way, but we grab a pusher and say go that way instead. So what that should do, as I said, is this will produce cooked chicken. The cooked chicken will go down the line. If there's space on the line, it will go down the line and into this kitchen. If there isn't, it will back up and then fill up this bun. That's the theory. Same goes for cheese and same goes for bread. And then what we can do is we can have the carts come off and but that's not going to work there. I'm going to have to do some different trickery with that one. Because that's not going to work correctly. I mean, if this is the food line, really I could just have them come straight up, go along, come back in, and they can just pick up from whichever barn they want to pick up from, because it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's do that. Let's move these carts off. Stop. Let's remove all this logic. The logic is nice, but let's not overcomplicate stuff. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated, this. Okay. And I want to use the move tool, rotate that barn, rotate that barn, hit that barn, because they were facing the wrong directions. And there we go. Okay, and we've still got a little stop there, spreading them out. Don't need that now, I don't think. No, I probably don't need that now. We'll leave it in for the minute. Just thinking that the way this is going to work though is it's going to end up, each cart's going to pick up just chicken because this is going to fill. Whereas if I remove that, then by the time the cart comes there, they might not pick up chicken because there's no chicken pick up. So yeah, and just because I want to make it look good, we will. There we go. Now they're just dropping into that there. Medicine will have to come from somewhere else, I guess, because we don't have any medicine of any description whatsoever. And you are going to be the same thing. You're producing cloaks and that. I may switch this up as well so that it just comes along and you can also grab shirts and things from that one there. However, that's not our primary focus for the time being. Our primary focus for the minute is going to be here. You're not producing rail. Why are you not producing rail ties? Oh, because we have no stone, don't we? Yes, our stone ran out. So we need to figure that one out. I need to plant some more stone. What do I need to do? Plant some more stone. So farming and minerals, material mining. Sorry. Place stone. We do have stone in the main barn. So. Around you. 220% speed. I don't believe adding more stone increases their speed. No, it doesn't anymore. That's based off your happiness now. It's not based off how many minerals are around it. It's just the more minerals around it there is, then the it can hit. Oh, nearby reaches 260%. Oh, maybe it does. Maybe it does, and I had not noticed they changed that. That's 195%. That's 235%. Okay, so it has been slightly changed. So, okay, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You're emptying this out here very, very slowly. And oh, we actually probably need to tell you to well, we need to tell you to stop outputting, don't we? So you can turn that way, and same for you. We need to tell you to stop outputting. So they'll get used up, and yeah, there we go. All the iron's gone into there now, and it's going into that barn there, which is fine. So we're filtering this out. It's taking its time. It'll get going. It'll get done eventually, and things can get going. Our cart here is picking up stone, bringing it back. Awesome. You've run out of that. You are empty. We can remove you. I'm going to ask you to grab. No, you don't need to grab stone. I kind of want to make sure I've got a backup of stone. Okay, so use it all up. Because if that gets used up and then I don't see any, we're going to run out. So I'm going to tell a single worker to fill up that barn. Which won't work because wrong barn. You are to fill up that barn. You are to grab everything from there and just put it in the way. Anyway. Get rid of that one as well. Okay. Okie dokie. We are kind of running low on conveyor belts as well. That's all the conveyor belts we have left. So we got 160 in there as well. So we need to be looking into that soon as well. This here probably needs to get removed because it's of no use to anyone. There is some flour there. I would like to take that out. We've got 6 workers in there. Let's turn that off. And let's get rid of that barn. That barn, they're not needed. Right, that barn is empty. You are to grab flour and put it in that barn there. If you can. I don't know whether you can even path to that. You come along here, down and around, I suppose. What are you? What are you doing? Right, let's turn off that and turn off that, so they just become basic storehouses. And you want to take flour, put it in there, and you can't path to it. That's not really surprising, to be honest with you. How would we build a path over our train tracks to get here? There is something I will need at some point. Well, I might need at some point, I'm not sure. So let's figure that out. See here, if I put it here, did they... Does that look right? I want to make sure it looks okay for the railway carts going underneath. Yeah, they fit under there. Awesome. Didn't need those. What I want instead is the structural ramp. Half ramp stairs? No. No, we want road ramps. And is there stone bridge? That just doesn't look right in my head. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Right. So we want to go back with a wooden arch, and then just put a road on it. Yeah, there we go. That looks better. That works better. And then I need to figure out how to, because that will give me access to stuff over here, so then get underneath those there. Under them. But yeah. I could come down here and come off here. Yeah, I think we should do that. Right, just a moment here. In interface, bit of scrolling. Let's turn that off. Yeah, that's better. That's better. I have two monitors, so I always turn off edge scrolling, because when you go to your second monitor, it ends up scrolling halfway across the map whilst you're looking at something else, and you lose where you're going. So, right, gonna come down there. Don't know why I made it 3 big, but I did. Well, right, and then we want to grab wooden pillars, wooden arches, copy ones there. Again, I'm just doing this to make it look nice. Easily make it functional without being like that, but yeah, I generally want it to just look quite nice. Might raise up these ones off here so that carts could get down to each one of these bars. I don't see the carts ever really needing to after I've moved these bits and pieces I'm doing here. So, there you go. He's found a path and he's off. But it would always be nice to have access to bits and pieces. I mean, like here, I've got no access to these farms at all. I could build a path over there. That would be very awkward to do against that barn, but it is possible. It is possible to get access to places with just a little bit there. So anyway, I digress. I'm wandering off and doing things I don't need to be doing. Right. So you are empty. Okay, you're empty. you're not, because it looks as if our steam power is just working but not actually doing anything. I mean, it's running that one there. What else can use steam power? Let's have a look. See here. Pastures can use steam power. Well as these can use steam power. I think I might add these three to the steam network. That makes sense. That. I don't think the pastures particularly need it because they're not running fast enough. They're not emptying the goods fast enough to worry about that. But these are. You can see here the flour's not all that full. Oh, and the reason it's not full is because you're just not getting enough grain in. Wow. Okay, so our farms are just not working fast enough at the moment. Let's put 5 workers in each, shall we? And then we're getting 100% extra from 5 workers and 20% extra from happiness. Okay, and there we go. We're now actually having a gain of grain, which is awesome. Right, things are working. I do kind of want to get onto the mana belts as well. I think some places would benefit from mana belts. That's another one of those things I'm just thinking there that maybe I should just have these be dedicated to flour. I mean, I could change this all up to have it deliver flour that way. But then we've only got one place that's currently using flour, so that would be a bit of a waste. Then if you've only got one place using flour, maybe you only need 1 or 2 farms dedicated to it. There's no reason having flour on the main loop if it's only being used in a single place. Milk may get used in multiple places, I think. Not really sure. Probably not. No, I think milk gets used in one place. Oh, it's used in protein shake and cheese and butter, so it can get used in 3 places. So there's a lot of things where now I'm looking at this and I love this. I love this rail system that I built and the logic with it. It's fantastic, but I've added a lot to it that didn't need to be on it. Animal feed goes directly to pastures, so yeah, having a small railroad for that would work. But a lot of the goods that I'm actually grabbing aren't required that much. I mean, all these pastures here, well, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are just producing for food. So they could be in their own little knit up group up here, feeding the kitchens directly. Didn't need to be on a big rail system. Whereas, ironically, the iron, which I chose not to put on a rail system, would have probably benefited from it better. So, yeah. But, nah, things to learn for the future. Things to learn. Right, so you're emptying that. You're getting on with that. That is empty. So, the enchanter... We don't have another enchanter yet. So, oh, I haven't actually unlocked the enchanter, apparently. So, let's just remove that. Okay. And then you can get through there, which is awesome. I'll speed up you a bit. And we could possibly look into building some other things. So, right, how do we build these? They're constructed in the Magic Forge, this here. And they are constructed using a metal conveyor, which we currently aren't building, air crystals, which we are building, fuel, which we can get, and time, which is the big thing. So we need to have a system up here that's building rails, not rails, metal. What I'm actually trying to do here is use up all this. I might move these to a different location. In fact, I will definitely do that. 1, 2, 3, and we'll grab another wagon. We will say take the iron and put it there. And then we'll empty all this out, and then we can gut this out, and we can redo it. I can have 1 mine for coal, 1 mine for iron, 1 mine for stone, and they can go off doing their own things. Might put a little railway system in for that. Have the iron being delivered by railways, and the coal delivered by railways. I kind of like the idea of that. I like the idea of building railways. Just, this was a bit. This was a proof of concept that worked really well, and I'm happy with it. So let's use it elsewhere, I suppose. But I think that's. Oh, we've got another cart here. Grab that one. You can help unload the iron. And I actually think you can stop. What are you doing? Oh, you're doing that. Yeah, you. Can grab iron and go into the third one. We're going to probably need more than 3 barns here, I feel. Alright, so you are now going to have to take that and put it in the next barn. Don't know why I spread these out. But I'm tempted to do this sort of setup. I'm tempted to do a single mine with iron, coal and stone. And then just filter out the way I've done this one here. I have 3 filters on it. But I'm not sure whether I want to do that or whether I want to go with 3 separate mines. I don't see the demand being ever... the demand will be heavy to start with, but it will never stay heavy for a very long time, because you end up filling up the barns with whatever you need, and then it stops. You're not constantly using the stuff. At least not till you get towards the end game, where you are constantly using bits and pieces to do things, so... yeah, I think maybe... maybe I'll just put in a single mine with... I'll put in 2. I'll definitely put in 2, but I'll do like 1 coal, because coal is used a lot in many different places, and the other one will be iron and stone. Mostly iron with a little bit of stone. And we'll take the stone off. And because stone's only required here for the minute. Not used anywhere else, is it? Not that I know of. Oh, that's interesting. We now have depleted stone. Ah, of course. Yes, we have. Wow, that chewed through all that stone very, very quickly. Ooh, okay. It's got 1 resource left in it. That's. I think it can get. Yeah, it's it can carry on getting stone forever from a depleted source, but it doesn't count towards its speed bonus, so it slows right down. And the new system with the mana systems, which we can build down here, these ones here. You get the temples, and they can purify the crystals, and then you get the shrines, and the shrines can do the shrines can re-enhance items. So, like when we put the coal down for this one over here, these will end up in a depleted state. I think those ones will just get used because it thinks they're natural, and these ones definitely are natural, but it'll end up in a depleted state, and then you can use the shrines with certain crystals, fire crystals, whatever crystal it is, I'm not sure, and that will regenerate the deposits. It will regenerate them to become full again, so the mines can then carry on building faster. So I like that idea. I like that mana is used to enhance things on the land. That's awesome. Definitely something we're going to have to look into getting at a later date. I need another barn here, aren't I? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay, so you're out of iron. You're out of coal. Okay. So let's well, I will get this whole system out, but I'm actually going to have to leave it, I think, until the next episode. This one's going to be slightly shorter, because I'm kind of pushed for time a little bit today, because my own fault, my complete own fault. Like an idiot, I thought, yeah, I can cram an episode in, and yeah, I always forget that it requires encoding and editing and all that sort of jazz. So yeah, I think I should bring this episode to a close here. It's not as long as usual, sorry about that, but I'd rather get it out today rather than miss it, have to go to work, and then it won't be done until, well, late. Anyway, so thank you very much for watching. Not a lot's happened here. We changed a bit of pieces up here for a few things and stuff going on here. We're not getting any cloth in. I do need to work on that here. I think we will do that soon. And we will completely gut our system out here and place a new one in here, probably with a rail system. I would also like to give myself a bit more space here for some workshops, so I might in fact move over to here with it. It might not be a bad idea. We'll move the mines over to here and we'll have an iron system coming in, a train system coming in, putting things in, doing mines here, going that way. Be a little awkward for the coal, but it should be okay. I mean, we could always change the kitchens up to be wood powered, I suppose. No reason why that one, unless the lumber mill, the forester actually eats trees now. I don't know. That might have changed. That'd be interesting. But yeah, I could put in a little forest here, or maybe off the coast or something. Build a little forestry and just have it coming in, and instead of having these on coal, they can run on wood. Because wood is a form of power. Although I've now seen magma, and I want to make my kitchens magma powered. That looks awesome. But that's going to definitely have to wait. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Hope to see you again next time. And until then, as always, have fun.